Good morning.
It's still the morning.
It is still the morning? Barely? Or still the morning?
Are we talking about very early or early?
Let's get down these roads.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Beautiful rapids there, yeah. Nice deep throaty sound.
Actually, it's too cold for that door open.
Just suggesting sleep with a trucker to record some of those rapids. I think it'd be a great idea. Walk up the river somewhere where you can't hear any traffic, and then just record video and sound of the rapids. I think that'd be pretty cool. Maybe on a weekend we should go do that. Go to Hardy Falls. There's lots of people there, so you would hear people noises. Find a place where there's not people.
Good luck. I can't believe we're getting into June this week.
Well, you two people have been in June for a while now.
I'm too tired to play this game.
A hard climb here. We're not super heavy, but we are super wide. We are now just leaving SLOCAN, northbound on Highway 6. A load that's 11 feet 7 inches. Well, 6.5. 11 feet 6.5 inches. Basically 11.5 feet wide, a little bit wider on that.
That's the load we thought we were going to get.
No, we thought we were headed to Vancouver. Obviously, if we're northbound on Highway 6, well, this is not the routing the boss gave me. Check out SLOCAN Lake down there. I don't know if you guys can see that on any of the cameras, but if we get some good shots at SLOCAN Lake, it's a beautiful lake down there. Just crystal clear, calm lake right now. I can see it through the lake, through the trees here. But yeah, the routing the boss gave me was take Highway 3 till Highway 33, and then go north to Kelowna, north to Vernon, from Vernon to Kamloops, Kamloops to Cache Creek, and then north to Williams Lake. We're taking the alternative route. It's 50 kilometers shorter. Hopefully I get paid for the longer route, though. I called dispatch and I'm like, hey, is there a reason for that routing? If I know a shorter route, am I allowed to take the shorter route? Sometimes there might be some special permitting thing that I didn't miss or something. I'm like, reading my permit, I don't read any reason why I would be on the route that they gave me. This route is 50 kilometers shorter. It's not time-wise, it's not shorter. It'll be the same amount of time, because taking a ferry, Shelter Bay Ferry, with this wide load, just called the ferry to see if there's any restrictions for wide loads on the ferry, and they're like, nope. I mean, there are restrictions, but not for us. You said 16 feet?
You just said we're 16 feet, first come, first serve.
Yeah, so.
Either we wait or we take the room and somebody else waits, basically, is what he said. He was really cool about it. Not like, so we don't have to reserve or anything? Nope. But like, it's easy to find the info for going to Island, like the big ferry.
Yeah, there's lots of info on that.
These small
and that is 13 feet unless there's, they can make some special amendment. But the ferry to the island is only 13 feet. I read that online, so that part was easy to find. But these inland ferries, they're free ferries. Yeah, I couldn't find any info online. So thanks for calling.
You're welcome.
Hey, this video is brought to you by the Sutherland Group. Now hiring Super B Woodchip, Super B Flat Deck Class 1 drivers in BC's Lower Mainland the Okanagan, and the Kootenays. To apply, go to sutco.ca. You too could be driving in these beautiful landscapes. And make sure you use promo code JuanFan and let them know I sent you, and you'll get an extra $100 on your first payday. And then, of course, personally, if you guys use my name as a reference, if I get any kind of referral bonus, I'll split that with you guys 50-50. It said 50 kilometers an hour. I don't see any construction. Well, maybe it'll give a chance for all these cars to go by me. I don't see why we're doing 50. Man, what a beautiful landscape.
Even this cliff face is really pretty.
Yeah, who builds a highway in the middle of a cliff? Cliff straight down, cliff straight up.
So yeah, this is actually 2 drops.
2 drops. One is just east of Williams Lake, and one's like 2 hours west of Williams Lake.
A place we've never been.
Never been that way. Here's the reason why we're going slow.
Your last is an oversized load. Last is a wide load truck.
Yep, they can't hear each other.
Yeah, they don't have direct signal at all. Sweeping?
Yeah, they're sweeping, cleaning.
Received your oversized load and sending to. Copy 2.
Now the fact that she's standing behind the cliff, you can't get the signal very well on those handheld VHF. Okay, what were we talking about before that?
Oh, it's just that it's a new highway, I think.
Yeah, never driven out that on it's Highway 20.
Yep.
Out into the middle of nowhere. I think it ends up like in the Bella Coola area, you said?
Yes, it does. I'm jealous that we're on the highway. We'll be.
So we'll be getting so close to those mountains.
We don't know where our reload is, but I'm betting it's Quinella, Williams Lake area.
Yeah, probably Williams Lake.
I'm excited. Like new places, a ferry. It's not the Vancouver route. It's awesome.
Yeah, not the same Highway 3 over and over. The wide load on a narrow road. Like this isn't even the narrow part of the road. The part of this road, there's zero shoulder, is going to make it very stressful for oncoming traffic to navigate.
Well, you could either do this, or you could be like, "Hey, let's go through Kelowna." Like,
Yeah, go through Kelowna and Vernon with a load like this down that busy highway, or go up up this way and take the Trans-Canada, I'd much rather take this route. City, the Kelowna and Vernon would be very stressful, more stressful than this road. I would much rather take this and avoid Kelowna and Vernon. And I'm kind of not looking forward to Kamloops, so I'm considering going north on Highway 5 on Kamloops and going that way and then bypassing Kamloops too.
Oh, taking the Little Fort?
Yeah, Little Fort and then over to Highway.
I can't remember that highway.
Yeah, I can't remember that number either, but I'm thinking of taking that just to avoid driving through Kamloops.
You said you're pretty light.
Yeah, I'm not super heavy in this.
Yeah,
I know that Little Fort is a heck of a climb.
It is, that's why I mentioned it.
West out of Little Fort, crazy climb, but I think that's the better choice and avoid Kamloops altogether. Just avoid cities with a load this wide.
The only restriction we have is we can't drive at night.
Yeah, no nighttime driving at all.
Yeah, we have to think about that. Thankfully, it stays.
It's the summer, so our days are really long, so it's the right time of year to have a load like this.
Well, you could drive at night if you want pilot cars, but
Yeah, you need pilot cars, yeah.
that doesn't seem feasible money-wise.
Yeah, so I am. How wide am I? I said 13. I am 3.48 meters wide. 3.48 meters wide. A wide load headed into the switchback. I am 11.5 feet wide. Wide load northbound coming into the switchback. 11.5 feet wide.
Copy that. I'm going to be sending that third.
That's the construction people?
Yeah. I'm like, oh well.
Not.
I'm like, hopefully.
Hopefully they figure it out. I'm not trying to talk to you guys. I'm trying to talk to any oncoming traffic here. Because look, there's no shoulder. I am over the yellow line. If there's oncoming big rig, I think I just stop. I forgot that they were on LAD 2 as well. Really don't want to meet a Super Bee coming barreling down this road towards us. That creek is a raging river too.
It's great.
Yeah, you don't have to go all the way into the ditch there, bud. Looks like he's pulling over. Never mind. Wasn't pulling over for me. Okay. I guess I'm not the center of the universe. Okay. That worked out pretty good. Didn't have any big rigs come. Honestly, I haven't seen much for big rigs on here.
I saw the logging truck, that's about it.
Used to run so many Super Bee wood chips on this road.
Yeah. Well, you were saying this, but it's still pretty early.
Yeah, it's 8:43 right now, and 14 degrees Celsius.
Like, a lot of people probably started at 7 and, you know, haven't loaded. You were up at 5.
Yep, up at 5. So we arrive in basically 9 hours. We have 11, so we got 2 hours to spare.
Now, usually I don't like confronting people, but I was tempted to go confront that trucker.
Oh, that trucker made me mad last night.
I'm so tired.
That trucker really irritated me. We slept on the yard at KMT, Plastic Off Mass Timber. Slept on site in the loading zone. We parked in the loading zone, and at 9 p.m. another truck showed up, and he parked behind us in the loading zone. Perfect, exactly what you should be doing. And then another truck showed up delivering a forklift, low bed. And he kept driving around us and completely lost, just being moronic. And finally got his forklift unloaded, and he's got the loud backup beepers, and he's beeping in beside us at 11 p.m. Dude, I'm getting up at 5. I'm deep in sleep at 11 p.m. I'm in bed at 9. Beeps up right beside us, right snug beside us, in the loading zone. Then sets his engine to auto, I guess, keep the temperature in the back, so his big rig engine kept firing up and shutting down, firing up and shutting down, right beside our ears. So mad at him. So I jumped out of bed and moved to the front and backed up 15 feet so I didn't have his engine right beside my ear. Then I slept okay after that. Today morning at 5 a.m., sure as heck was sure that he was awake too. I made a lot of noise. And then the forklift comes up and goes, "Hey, who's the a-hole here?" Explained what he did there, delivered the forklift driver. He goes, "So this guy's not even loading here?" I'm like, "Well, look at his trailer." He goes, "No, this guy's not even loading here." He goes, "Get him out of here. Let's go walk up to his door," and just banged on his door and got him out of there. He goes, "Hey, you're in the middle of a loading zone. Get out of here." So, kicked him out of there. He arrived at 11 and leaving at 5. There's no way he's legal to move. But he left. He drove away full speed, left the yard. There's no way he's legal.
No way.
No way he's legal. So if you're a trucker and you got those loud backup beepers, find out where the beeper is and unplug a cable, even if it's a owner or you're running it for the company truck. Just unplug it back there. Just unplug one wire. It doesn't do the backup beeping. Nice and quiet. And also, if you're in a huge yard where there's lots of parking anywhere, don't park right next to another truck. We get nice and peace and quiet out here in the middle of nowhere. Park behind each other. Out of the way. Nobody would have woken you up in the morning if you had parked out of the way behind that other truck.
Yeah.
Could have slept in and no issues.
But the fact that, like, is in the loading zone, so close to you that the forklift couldn't load you.
Yep.
Like, he was gonna get moved.
Brake check. Down into Silverton. I think that's the next town, Silverton.
I think so.
Oh yeah, Also, if you guys are walking down the highway, please, 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 please walk into traffic. So we're headed northbound, and if you're going to walk northbound, walk on the other side of the road. We had some kid walking with traffic, and there was oncoming traffic. I had to come to a stop. And I'm like, I've got a wide load. I'm going to behead the kid if I keep driving. I gave him a honk, and he didn't care at all. Honk was really just to let him know I was there. It's like, don't step out any further. I just waited for the oncoming traffic to pass and then went around them. But no, kid didn't care at all. It's like, dude, I'm hanging way over. And you're walking right where my load's going to be.
Well, at least if you're walking towards us, you would have seen it.
You see it coming, and you can, if there's a crazy trucker that's not going to give you any room, at least you can duck out of the way. Okay, a little over the yellow line there, bud. I mean, I guess I do the same thing, but not usually around the blind corner. Yeah, this is definitely high concentration. I'm going to be very tired by the end of the day. High concentration type of driving. I guess the driving will get easier when we get on Highway 97. There's wide shoulders there. Once we're to Revelstoke, after that it'll be much easier.
Yeah, we should, when we're on the ferry, try to plan out a pullover spot for lunch. A half hour for lunch somewhere.
Find out where.
Yeah.
Again, I was thinking just do it on the ferry, but that's too early, isn't it?
Too early, yeah. We'll arrive at our sleeping spot for dinner, so just lunch we have to think about.
Yeah. Yeah. Almost to the bottom here. SLOCAN Lake. I think it still looks SLOCAN Lake all the way up here, but could be wrong. Carving corners with a wide load. Looks like they're slowly blasting away these corners. Eventually this road will be a little bit straighter.
Yeah.
Should also make it a little steeper downhill though too. If you take the corners out, it gets steeper. He got lights on. They're pretty bright, but I don't think he's got brights on. I think he just has loaded heavier on the back. Okay, you go ahead, pass me. Technically legal.
That water's pretty calm right now.
Yeah, it's small ripples down here, but it's a very calm lake.
There's the airplane.
Yeah, there's an airplane sitting in the water here. That's pretty cool. Don't see that too often. Looks like the pilot is working on it. Getting ready to go out or just barely docking. Looks like they maybe just barely docking. They're just tying it off. So they just got in. Landed their float plane there and come and have breakfast in Silverton here and fly away. And that was a classic Ducati bike. He's got a whole bunch of classics sitting outside there. I like Silverton. It's a really nice little town.
It is.
How far over the yellow line do I have to go not to hit the bridge? I think if we run into more bridges like that, if there's oncoming traffic, we just stop.
Yeah.
I want the whole bridge.
Nice to see this before forest fire season starts.
Yes, it's actually fairly clear. It's a little bit hazy, but not too bad. Just beautiful, beautiful day.
We usually get a lot of fires around here. And I
Yeah.
can't see anything.
Quite scenic today.
I remember the first time you took me on this road.
I remember the first time I took a big rig on this drive, and that gave me the, you know, that feeling you have standing on a cliff edge for the first time and you don't have your mountain goat feet on you yet, that drop in the stomach.
Yeah.
Yep, the roller coaster feel. I had that driving a big rig on this road the first time. I was going the other direction, southbound, right on the cliff edge there, and the huge big rig. I didn't know where the wheels were yet. It was like my first week of driving.
Oh my.
Oh my god. First week, maybe my first day or two of driving. They made me go on this road right away and say, holy smokes. Luckily, we're not very tall with this load, so it's not very top heavy. So with a load this wide, it gets a little more tipsy around corners. At least we have it not a tall load, so that reduces the tipsiness of it. Still taking it much easier around corners than I normally do because it's wide enough to make us more tipsy than normal. I don't want to take a risk. All right, coming into New Denver here. I think we'll call it a day here if I find a spot to pull over. I'll bring the cameras in, give them a quick charge, and try to shoot a second video today. Because it's such a beautiful scenic drive. I'm not sure where we'll shoot the next video, but try to get another video in. I'll try to pick the most scenic section over here, driving along the lake. I think this is one of the most scenic sections from SLOCAN to New Denver here, but well, the road keeps being really beautiful further down the road too, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Should we go just a little longer and then should we go long video? because we're still beside the lake a little bit longer, right? Okay, let's keep going a little longer. Because we'll miss a cool section if we do charge the batteries. I mean, we're guaranteed to miss a cool section no matter what. And then maybe the other video would be up on Highway 1 or something like that. For tomorrow's video.
It's hard to tell tomorrow when we're going to be on the new section of the
Yeah, so
road.
that's why if it's going to be an all-day unload, I'd rather get tomorrow's video shot now. And once we're on the new section of the road, that video will be the day after, right? Make sense?
Sure. For some reason you said that and it took me a lot longer than normal to be like, what day of the week is it? Let me count the days.
It's Tuesday! Named after a Norse god? Greek god? I can't remember. I think most of the days of the week are Norse god. I think Saturday is the only Greek god, something like that. Every day of the week is named after a god anyway. I know Thursday is Thursday. I believe Tuesday is Zeus. I believe today's Zeus. Sunday is the sun god. Monday is the moon god. Trixie! Put the front wheel off the road on the dirt on the side, but not too much because slightly too much we're in the ditch. But if I don't do enough, we're over the yellow line. Well, we were on the yellow line. Definitely Trixie. This is definitely not boring driving this. Although this wide on a road this narrow. I did move the fifth wheel all the way to the front to make these corners a little bit easier to maneuver, shortening my wheelbase. We won't talk about how much weight that puts on my steer tires. I don't know how much it does, but I'm sure it added some weight to my steer tires. So they may be just slightly overweight. I don't think by much. They might actually not be because I have that load loaded in the center of the trailer. It's not super heavy, so a lot of that weight's on the trailer and not on the drive. So it might actually be okay. I'll stretch it out again as soon as we are maybe at the ferry. I'll stretch it out again. Jess always enjoys it when I move the fifth wheel because
No, I don't.
it's a bit violent.
I'd rather be out of the vehicle.
With a
than do
load
it.
on, it's a bit violent moving the fifth wheel back and forth. When it's empty, it's easy. But when loaded, it's... Actually, I moved it pretty darn good on this time. It wasn't too violent at all.
No, that's what you say.
That was the exception.
That's what you say.
Compared to my normal violence.
I'm too tired of having that mute. Let's just say afterwards, I usually go, I need a chiropractor.
It doesn't want to easily move. There's so much pressure on the fifth wheel.
And some days, if we don't have these properly put away, they go for a ride in the back of the cab too.
Oh yes, everything falls out of the shelves. Everything falls out of
We mean it, but it's kind of violent.
It's all the light stuff that falls out, like bags of
Yeah.
chips.
I kind of wish they came with like netting installed, like a hook and netting. Command hooks and netting even would have been.
Something you can hook on and click it all the way closed instead
Yeah.
of being open shelf. Yeah. Yep, I agree.
Now I'm thinking like if we have command hooks, I could rig something up.
What kind of river do we have here? Wilson Creek,
That's a pretty color.
Roseberry Provincial Park. Man, what a beautiful day. Yeah, yesterday Jess and I were talking about where to sleep. She just goes, can we sleep at the rest area instead of at the lumberyard load in the morning? I'm like, yeah, we can do that. And then I thought about it and I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm like, we're going to make it to our customer anyway, so it doesn't really matter where we would sleep, at the rest area or on the customer yard. But if I'm the first truck to load, I can tarp in relatively cold temperature. Sure enough, 2 trucks are waiting behind us to load. If we had slept at the rest area, we would have waited there for 2 hours waiting to load. Would have had a tarp right at lunchtime in the boiling heat. So just allowed me to park at the lumberyard instead, not lumberyard, but the blue lamp yard. They've got restrooms inside the building. The only thing is you got to put your safety vest in, hard hat, safety glasses, and steel-toe boots on to go use that restroom.
Yeah. It's kind of cool because like you're literally in the factory.
Yeah, you walk literally right in.
So you get to see how it's all made. But when you're feeling lazy, you don't want to put on your gear.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just done. I don't want to.
So I'm really glad we did sleep on the yard, so I didn't have to tarp in the extreme heat.
I'm a blackberry.
Black Bear, yep, right by that hydro pole. I doubt you guys got to see that, but he was right there in the open, or right behind that hydro pole.
Well, I'm really doubting that it was worth it at the moment until I get a nap, and then.
While that trucker sleeping beside us or doing the jackwagon thing of.
Well, not only that, I have the sinus headache as well. It was like hot, and then I got cold, and then hot, and then cold. Like I gave myself with the
Yeah, I was
headache.
surprised you turned the bunk heat on.
I was cold. Didn't that feel that cold?
No, I was sweating.
I thought somebody forgot to close the window. It was cold.
Oh, the window was open until that jackwagon pulled up beside us. And the window's closed. On the upstairs. Well, there's no stairs, there's no ladder. I just have to clamber up with no assistance. All right, looks like the road's straightened out a little bit. Hammer down, let's get up to the speed limit. Let's turn cruise control on.
Play I Spy again.
Look for more black bears. That's
Yeah.
my 3rd black bear, that's your 2nd black bear.
I shouldn't have pointed it out to
If
you.
you hadn't pointed it out, we would have been even.
Yeah. But once again, that was a younger one still.
Yeah, we haven't seen any of the big black bears yet. Just the smaller, younger ones, the teenager ages. No cubs, no adults. Just the teenagers. We've seen a bunch of teenagers. It's almost like the teenagers have been kicked out of their home by their parents, and they're out now scavenging and looking for places. So, looking for their own territory. Biggest black bear still was Manning Park.
Yeah, that was huge.
It's like the size of a Volkswagen Beetle, the size of a bear. That was a massive bear. Did you see the newest video by Great North? The Great White North channel?
I'm gonna say no, because I don't know what you're talking about.
Just because the video starts with my intro.
No.
They featured me on their channel.
Well, but nope, I didn't.
It's pretty cool.
Check it out.
If I remember, I'll put a link to that channel at the end of this video.
I love how you look at me like, you're gonna remind me, right?
Yeah, remind me, please.
Nope.
At home. At home on the weekend, I have to remember that Tuesday's video has to have Great White North.
And you have to remember the one from yesterday, the GoFundMe.
Yesterday's has a GoFundMe on it.
Yeah.
We need a notepad.
Yeah, it's a shame somebody took that out of the truck, you know?
I don't know where it is. I need to find it. I wrote my whole statement on there for when I go to court. Eventually, someday.
You need to look into that too.
Yeah, I guess I should talk to them and go, hey, you guys ever sending that letter out when my court date is?
All these, I think they're lupins. They remind me of Prince Edward Island.
Yes, Prince Edward Island had these flowers all over the ditches everywhere. Yeah. It's a hard climb here. It doesn't look like a hard climb, but it's a hard climb. Two people behind us. road has got a lot of trees, but you have enough wide open spaces that you get to see the big lakes and stuff, right? So it's kind of a fun road to take. It'd be a little more fun if I wasn't as wide, but hey, you know, I'll take it. Better than taking a trip to Vancouver again. Seat's clicking.
I'm aware.
Alright, I guess we'll call it a day over here. I'm out of things to talk about until we get further down the road. I think that'll be a problem for my next video. Wherever it is on Highway 1 or 97, is that I've said everything I have to say already, so. We'll do a short clip of getting on and off the ferry as well before that next video. So tomorrow's video, even if it's just a dash cam, do a video of going on and off the ferry. These ferries are cool. I always like ferries.
Yeah, especially free ones.
So thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys down the road. Yep, need to get a dash cam so we get more airs. Oh yeah, right, you were saying bye?
Yeah.
Right. Are you falling asleep on me?
Yep.
Alright guys, have a good night. We're out of here. You guys rock.
Adios.
I can't honk at the nice people.